You're in relationships, you're in friendships, you're on jobs. The people around you, they know how you is. They know your ways. They know what you're disciplined on. They know what you're not. They know how you manage your money. They know how you don't. They know what you're weak at. They know what you're strong at, right? Because they be around you. This ain't nobody cross town. This is the people in your circle, right? A lot of the reason why when people get close to y'all struggle to maintain relationships with them is because of what I'm saying. You fake and you tell yourself that you're more than what you actually are. And then when they're around you and they see and they grow to know and understand what you actually are, you want them to treat you differently than that. You want to be treated based on the vision and the picture you have of yourself. You want to be treated based on what you telling these online apps and shit. You want to be treated like you look when you dressed up with makeup and wigs on, designer and the new shoes on. You want to be treated like how you see yourself when you done came into some money and shit. You don't want to be treated how your real ways are, your character, what people actually know you to do, what they actually know you to not do, what you actually stand on, what you don't stand on. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? This has to be understood first, because we can talk about balance and boundaries. There are a lot of y'all that you have a vision for yourself, but you ain't there yet, girl. You got a vision for yourself, but you ain't there yet, dude. Like my G, it ain't nothing wrong with having goals. Y'all know I preach that. It ain't nothing wrong with seeing yourself on a higher level than where you at. But when you start to act like you're on that level when you're not, or you know things that you don't know, or you should be treated in ways that don't reflect what you deserve right now based on how you treat other people and how you treat yourself, that's a problem. This is when inner balance gets off, because you telling yourself you a 10, but you walk around and carry yourself and manage your money and run your mouth like you a 3 or a 5. And then you get upset because you cannot maintain relationships with people because they're treating you like a 5, because that's what you're showing them you are. But you sitting over here telling yourself you a 10 or a 12 on some higher scale that you're not. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? It's a lot of y'all, the things you telling yourself you deserve. Your mama ain't gonna tell you this. The pastor ain't gonna tell you, so I'm gonna tell you. You don't have the behaviors, the character, the ethics, the ways, the niceness, the morals to deserve that. You want to deserve that, but you're not putting in the work to actually go be the person that deserves that. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? This is the beginning of balance. A lot of y'all, you're lying to yourself. You want somebody to treat you with respect. You want to be trusted. You want to be handled with care. You want to be pampered. You want to be spoiled, but you got a nasty attitude, poor work ethic. You're very selfish. Don't have good communication skills. Don't understand boundaries. Take more than what you give, or give away more than what the other person is bringing to the table. So you always feel like a victim. You're not deserving of the treatment that you're saying that you want, that you keep telling yourself that you want, because you actually have to go make yourself deserving of that now. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? This ain't for one gender or another. This is for everybody. A lot of y'all, you try to talk your way out of shit you acted your way in. You try to overlook shit you do, but point out what other people do. The stuff you say you want, you actually have to be deserving of that in this moment. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Balance and boundaries is where I'm finna go with this. There's a lot of y'all, you have to constantly tell the people around you, you grown. You have to remind people of what you are. That's a clear sign that you're not, in this moment, what you want to be. I'm grown. If you was, people, you wouldn't even have to say that, because people would treat you accordingly. It's situations you wouldn't even put yourself in to have to say that. It's shit you won't even stick around for. They have to be telling rooms full of people, I'm grown. I'm real. I'm this. The shit will show up in your behavior. Now, when we talk about relationships, right, I'm going to say this, and some of y'all, it's really going to make y'all think, right? There are a lot of y'all that you don't understand balance. You don't understand balance with self, like what I'm explaining right now. So you definitely don't understand balance when you're interacting with others, right? This is important, and it's a key factor in why a lot of y'all struggle to have healthy socializing relationships, because you don't understand the concept of give and take, and you don't understand the concept of boundaries and allowing yourself to earn, and people around you to earn what they're receiving from you, and you're earning what they're giving you. Now, with that being said, it's a lot of y'all that you're in a space where when it comes to relationships nowadays, you don't understand that you cannot go off of some blueprint from 1960, right? Perfect example. A lot of y'all dudes, you struggle to balance and maintain a relationship with women that work as hard as you, right? You're expecting old philosophies to work when in this day and age, when it takes two people to work and provide in a household. Then it's a lot of y'all females, as a working woman and providing in your household, you don't know how to be a working woman and, provide, but also still be feminine and be submissive. It's about balance. I'm doing a Zoom tomorrow night on balance and boundaries. Everything in life has to have a certain level of balance from one end to the next. If it don't, shit gonna be thrown off and it won't work. You can stay in it. You can pretend. You can announce. You can talk that shit. You can tell a bitch what you feel like you deserve. You gonna get just what the fuck you're putting out. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? I will say the shit again. In this day and age, trying to use philosophies from relationships in the 1950s and 60s and 70s is not gonna work. A lot of y'all dudes, you struggle to maintain relationships with women nowadays that are working women. You struggle to understand the concept of balance with a woman that she works and provides for the household like you do as well. A lot of y'all females, you struggle with the idea of being a working woman and also a provider, but being submissive and feminine and knowing your role as a woman. This is one of the number one reasons why y'all can't respect one another, communicate from a healthy space, set healthy boundaries, go into relationships and socializing situations without always feeling like a victim when you gave away or allowed things to go on. This is one of the reasons why y'all struggle with personal accountability, because you don't understand balance and boundaries. I'm just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. A lot of y'all with parenting, you don't understand this. It's a lot of y'all, you got your kids believing they're supposed to get more than what the fuck they're actually earning. It's a lot of y'all with your parenting situations. You lack balance for them to have multiple perspectives in their life because you feel like they only need you. It's a lot of y'all females feel like that. And then this is why the kids grow up and they go through a lot of the same shit you went through. Generational curses. It's a lot of y'all, you somewhere crying, you upset, wondering why your jits won't listen to you as they get older. Because they get an understanding for your actual character. There is what you tell them to do as a mama, and then there's what the fuck they actually understand to listen to you on and what not to based on what you really got going on. But you've told yourself their whole life, you mama and you know best and you got it all figured out. Then when they get to an age where they realize you mama, you don't always know best and you don't always got it figured out, and they stop listening to your ass, and you can't understand why. Because like I said in the beginning of this video, you got yourself on this fake, road believing that what you see yourself as is exactly what you are, and that's not true. Some of y'all is going over y'all head. Some of y'all catching on. Some of y'all need to get in the Zoom tomorrow night. You can text 678-965-0698. Shit gonna help you. Boundaries, right? For a lot of y'all, your mama ain't teach you about boundaries. Your daddy, didn't know much about boundaries either, right? The whole concept of boundaries is so that you are creating fences, spaces, barriers, protection around the vulnerable parts of you. The things that will get you in a space where you will be vulnerable, where you will be emotional, where you will be open and susceptible to harm if the person that you're allowing access to these parts of your life and these parts of you aren't having your best interest at heart or don't have good intentions. A lot of y'all go into situations, you give away too much too soon and you blame others. You go into relationships and you don't actually have any idea of boundaries and what it means to allow a person to earn you. A lot of y'all, you got abandonment issues and childhood trauma and trauma from past relationships. So you don't know how to operate from a healthy space when it comes to communicating, management of emotions, respect, trust. A lot of y'all don't understand trust is a choice. It's a choice. You choose to trust people. It's given by you. It's a mindset. A lot of y'all as adults, these are the things that you need to educate yourself on. These are the things that it don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how good you look. It don't matter how many times you go get your body done. It don't matter how many times you flip the pack, bro. It don't matter how much you got in your bank account. If you don't have these type of things in a good space, in your life, in your mindset, in your ways, things will not work out when you try to socialize and build with others. And then y'all lie to yourself and tell yourself, you know what? I'm good with just by myself. I'm good with being single. Not understanding that the biology, the chemical makeup, the actual nature of human beings, we are designed to socialize. We're not a species that runs one single by itself. We run in groups. We build communities. We are wired by nature to gravitate towards one another. But y'all lie to yourselves because you can't do the work on self, or you don't know how, or you don't know where to start, or you don't want to admit it, or you're embarrassed about being honest that it's you and things that you need to work on. So you lie to yourself and you fake like you're in a space of being okay alone. But in all reality, you want relationship goals. You want friendships. You want people to socialize with from a healthy space. You just don't know how to attract it. You don't know how to build it. You don't know how to grow on it. You don't know how to trust. You don't know how to love from a proper space. And you're not doing anything to gain the knowledge to be able to do it. Just keep telling yourself you got it all figured out when you don't. It's that faking like you are more than what you are. It's some of y'all, as soon as you come into some money, you start to convince yourself and then try to convince others that you know more than what you know. But unless you went and read some books, took a course, educated yourself, learned some new lessons from the things you've been through, you only know the same shit you knew before you got that bag. Tricking yourself into believing you're somehow more than what you just were the day before without doing any work or gaining any new knowledge in your mind. Balance, boundaries. Looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. It's the lies you tell yourself. And I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all find yourself in a space where you be ready to walk away from any and everybody because what you keep vocalizing you are, the people are seeing different. And instead of y'all being honest with yourself, accepting criticism, being open to personal accountability, you try to pretend like they got you fucked up. But